Wes, very good to see you. We're diving into the headlines today. What the big, beautiful bill means for your retirement. Washington recently passed what President Trump is calling the big, beautiful bill, which could reshape retirement planning for millions of Americans. Let's start big picture here. What do we need to know?
Well, first and foremost, the big beautiful bill. Well, obviously, it's such a Trump name, right? It's pretty funny the way that that's worded, but it's an extension of the 2017 tax cuts and then
Yeah.
some. So, essentially, for most retirees, this bill is a substantial tax savings that you're going to realize immediately. But there are some nuances with it, as we all know.
And we're going to dive into that a little bit more in a second. But I do want to ask because there have been some really confusing headlines regarding taxes on Social Security. The agency framed the new $6,000 senior tax deduction as eliminating taxes on benefits, but experts say it's not that simple. Can you explain?
Yeah, it is not that simple, but it will effectively provide most retirees with tax-free Social Security benefits. And here's why. So about 90% of retirees that will have this new deduction, 6,000 for singles and 12,000 for married couples, and that has a phase out earnings limit. But in general, for most people, it provides their Social Security benefit to be tax free effectively. It's not a pure tax credit or cut, but effectively they end up not paying taxes on that amount of money that they're receiving in Social Security benefits.
Okay, well, that begs the question then, does this change the strategy around saving for retirement or when to claim Social Security?
Well, just in general, Social Security, anytime that you delay it beyond your full retirement age, that's increasing a little over 8% per year. So as you can see here, if you waited till say age 70, the latest that you can, that's when you're going to have your maximum benefit. But in general, I don't know that this bill necessarily changes when to claim or the manner in which you're saving into retirement accounts, but more so it opens up planning opportunities because we do have a stated time where these permanent tax cuts or these deductions that we have coming into effect, they do have a phase out period that begins in 2028, actually just reverting back to not even being there. So there is that window of opportunity to do some planning there.
I'm glad you brought that up. So let's circle back to the 2017 tax cuts being extended because that probably is the biggest takeaway for most people. Can you explain why now is still a good time for Roth conversions and why Roth accounts are so powerful?
Well, Roth accounts are so powerful, one, because it puts you in control of your tax future. So reality is that yes, we have permanent tax cuts as they're labeled now, but they can be reverted by an administration in the future to something different, right? And that could become the in quote permanent thing. But if we have money in Roth, if we have an opportunity to convert to Roth, it's relatively advantageous, then you don't care about where tax rates go in the future because that bucket of money is always going to be tax free and it's not sensitive to fluctuating tax rates. And we always say that, you look at history right now, one could argue that tax rates are on sale compared to where they have been. And there's the historical precedence, for federal tax rates to be much, much higher. So in a known tax rate environment that we have today, at least for the next handful of years, let's take advantage of that, or at least look at it, be thinking about that, because many people will just put their head in the sand and say, oh, this is great, and not worry about their pre-tax assets that could be subject to higher tax rates in the future. Should this tax rate environment be changed, then what, right? So be smart about it, but also it takes you to be proactive as well.
Right, right. Yeah, with the government, I mean, things are permanent until they're not. I
That's
think
right.
this is really an important opportunity, a longer runway that we have. So, but Wes, if somebody wants to start crunching the numbers with you now to create that tax-free income in retirement or talk through more of these changes in the bill, what's the best way to reach you?
Feel free to shoot us a message to info@patriotwealthnc.com or welcome to pick up the phone 919-322-4113.
Great. Wes, thank you.
Thanks, Aaron.